Hi, friends. Okay, I'm back with part three. If you did not see part one or two, go back and watch part one or two so you can get caught up. Before I get started, I just wanted to say that so far, out of I would say 100% of people that I've told about my conditions, scleroderma, I would say at least 10 or 15% knew what scleroderma was. 85 to 90% either said, "What is that?" or they said, "What is that exactly?" So obviously, again, I'm trying to make more awareness about this autoimmune disorder. So I wanted to say that. Then I also wanted to say that I think I left off on part two with I had a ton of tests, and my rheumatologist was trying to figure out which type of scleroderma that I have, localized or systemic. So this time I came prepared with like a list of questions. I wrote them down because I didn't want to forget anything. So when you go to the doctor's office and you have a lot of questions, write them down. That way you won't forget anything. I won't get into all of the questions that I ask. I'll just get into at least the first four that I thought was the most important. So I had a face-to-face consult with my rheumatologist. When he walked in, I asked him four questions. The first question I asked him was, should I still plan on, or am I going to live a long, productive life like I had planned on in the first place, God willing? And he said yes. He was like, there's no reason why you shouldn't just because of this condition, as long as you take care of yourself. I asked him, was it still okay to work out with my trainer, that is, not just exercise? And I told him like some of the things we do. And he said, yes, that was okay. It would probably help me out. I also asked him, did I do this to myself? I wanted to know, is it like anything I did in my lifetime that caused this to happen? Because I don't know. And he said no. He said it's an autoimmune disorder. It just happens. So no, you didn't do anything that could have caused it. I did ask him, did they have any like did they know anything at all where scleroderma comes from? He said all he know is way back in the day, people who came down with scleroderma worked in a plastic factory. And that's all they know. And it's not anything proven. So again, but lastly, I asked him, what can I do to help myself? To make sure that I take care of myself. The first thing he said was eat healthy, which we all know. I love food and I love to eat what I want, when I want, how I want. So that's a struggle for me. But he also said to rest, decrease your stress. He said to exercise, as I said earlier. And he said try to eat a mix of fresh vegetables, low grains. No, I'm sorry. Fresh vegetables, lots of grains, low sugar. He said avoid processed foods and limit your alcohol. And he said to maintain my small weight because that helps. He said to keep my body warm. He said make sure to always wear hat, gloves, coat, boots. And that reason is because, like I said in my first video, that I thought I had carpal tunnel. It's not carpal tunnel, it's Raynaud's. And Raynaud's is one of the symptoms of scleroderma. So when I get cold, when my body gets cold, or my hands or feet gets cold, my hands and my feet turn pale or blue, and they hurt really bad, and my fingertips and the tips of my toes tingle. It sucks. So he said to avoid that symptom, always keep your body warm in cold temperatures. And I'm trying to think what else he said. I think that's it. I'm pretty sure that's what he told me to do as far as to help myself. So now he sat down and said, all of my tests seemed okay, except that the scleroderma is in my skin and in my muscles, like I said in the previous videos. And he said that my type of scleroderma is not localized, it's systemic. I did not want to hear that. Because if I'm not mistaken, that's the worst one. He said, but the only reason why he's saying the one I have is systemic is because it's beyond my skin. He said if he feels like if the scleroderma is anywhere beyond your skin, it is not localized, it's systemic. So he's only telling me mine is systemic because it's beyond my skin, it's in my muscles. So that made me feel a little bit better because he said it's not in my internal organs, it's just in my skin and muscles. So yes, it is systemic. So next he said, let's discuss treatment. So he told me that he was putting me on methotrexate, which from me being in the medical field for many years, we gave methotrexate to patients with ectopic pregnancies, cancer. So I was thinking, wow, like he put me on a chemo drug. He said, and it'll be indefinitely. I'll be on methotrexate for the rest of my life. He said, I'll take it once a week and I'll get my blood drawn once a week for a very long time. And as the results come in, he'll let me know if it's working or not, and if I'm going to continue that or if he's going to try a different medication. Getting my blood drawn every week is a challenge now. Before I could care less about a blood stick, a needle stick. But now that my skin is like thicker and harder, and it's kind of like scarred. I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but it's kind of like scarred. To get a blood draw hurts so bad. I can't stand it. But got to do what you got to do. So I'll leave it at here, where he wanted me to take methotrexate once a week, get my blood drawn once a week, and then I'll come back with part 4 and let you know what happened from there. Thanks for listening. Any questions, ask below. If you know anything that can help me, facts, please comment those as well. And I will come back with part 4. Thanks, friends.